And now that we're post-game, what are our thoughts?
I already said it once. It's the most fun I've had playing Airsoft in a long time.
Man.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Scum Customs, Lane was with us. He was playing with us.
By the way, cool dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool dude.
You guys were a little bit hesitant at first.
Well, he's one of your boyfriends.
We didn't know if this house could handle 2 of you.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up? I wanted to fight in the buildings, and
Yeah.
we weren't doing that on Saturday. So I was like, we did everything we could to let them in, open border policy, and they didn't take it.
I looked at Anthony and I was like, I'm just going to go down there and talk to him.
Your second attempt at the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
As soon as you walked away, this group of like 5 green dudes just smoked. And
Oh.
the dude that
I don't think in my history of 100 games, believe it or not, that I've had that many people come up to me and tell me how amazing it was, how great the low cap max are, how much it changed the way they played.
okay, we are good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Zulu 24 Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Anthony from Antec Airsoft Studios and Casey's Pizza, and Jordan from Zulu Outdoor and Zulu Outdoor only.
I'm just going to say it.
Unhinged already.
I'm famous.
Something like that.
Well, hold on. With context, right? So we are 5 hours past AMS-X, and this is kind of like
6.
Sure.
Sure.
And this is going to be our debrief of their brand new product. And there was a lot of shit that happened on this trip. We're in Texas right now. It is in this clearly porn-setted.
This garage should be a strip club.
It is. The only thing it's missing is the sticky floors.
Again, we can make the floor sticky.
I appreciate that the floors aren't sticky. However, behind the cameras is a spinning wheel. It's a whiteboard, and you can write whatever you want on it.
And one of them says, just get naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can play any game you want with that wheel that involves whatever it is that happens when the thing lands on whichever slice of the pie it lands on. And one of those slices of the pie said get naked. I don't know what happened in this house, but
Something happened in this house.
yeah.
Yeah, the floor needs Jesus in here. It needs a confessional. It's seen some things. It might need a freaking therapist.
Confessions will happen in this garage.
Oh my God.
That's right. You're making a documentary of our trip.
I am making a documentary of the trip. It's kind of unhinged and random at times. It's like an ADHD person's version of a documentary.
I blame Tom. This is Tom's fault.
I like how it started with just you trying to annoy Jordan while he's making breakfast. So you're like videotaping him, and then you're like, wait, I can do it just like a Hell's Kitchen. And it just like blossomed from there. I watched your first cut of that, just the kitchen scene, and I was like, holy, I may have actually unintentionally like motivated you to do this.
You fed into it the entire trip.
Because I was just like, wow, that's actually pretty good.
At every moment, you're like, is anybody getting B-roll? Is somebody getting B-roll right now?
Dude.
Somebody filming?
I was excited. Anthony was actually like doing something good.
Which, speaking of, did you guys share your B-roll with Anthony? Does it right?
Yeah. I want some of the helmet cam footage, if there's particular clips, mainly with you and Tom doing the cool tactical stuff you were doing.
You want that or the
I think that was code word for
yeah.
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 What the
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
That story, that's next week's episode.
Well, what's funny is if I came in here expecting like, oh, I want to make a documentary, right? Nobody would participate. But I guess I did really well with the Hell's Kitchen bit that I was able to get all of you individually to come in here and let me ask you questions in front of a camera for like 20 minutes.
It won us over. We all believe in the project.
It's something.
I got Kevin to do it. I got Logan to do it.
The question is, will it see the light of day?
I got Lane to do it.
It better see the
It
light.
better.
I wanted to get Bo here. I really wanted to see if there was some string I can pull to get Bo here.
Do a confessional with him and Cody.
Yes.
Fuck, dude, that's
Yes.
so funny.
Because part of the documentary is talking about the safety brief. And it's like really brief. And it's just because like that's just the sequence of events that happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
But
You can edit while we're on the plane, right?
yes.
Oh, good. You have 4 to 5 hours.
I'll see what I can cook up in 4 to 5 hours.
Well, the plane trip is shorter on the way back.
That's only because of the time change.
No, it's because of the jet stream. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's only
Fake
3
news.
hours on the way back.
Fake news.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see the project. I think
Yeah.
I contributed.
The amount of NPC interactions on this trip.
Everybody contributed.
Bro. You know what? And maybe that's where it actually started. Was it
Maybe.
was that like the NPC interactions that we had from all the way from New Jersey, all the way here and beyond. It was just, dude, standing in the airport.
The kid asking you what's in the gun case.
Yeah.
No shit.
We're trying to check luggage, and we're in Newark and trying to check our
Everybody's already staring at us.
our gun cases or whatever. Which, by the way, if you want to fly with your airsoft guns, do it. It's super simple.
Yeah, it's
just,
not that hard.
It's just time consuming. Just get there 2 hours or 3 hours early, right? They take their time when they're checking you in.
When that kid asked you, what's in the gun case? You guys going hunting? I saw your brain buffering for a second, and it was like your dialogue options popped up, and you had to choose which one you wanted to use.
Well, he hadn't leveled up charisma yet.
No, but I was so
B, attack.
yeah. I was like,
You had to
I'm-
that sequence.
Lie, deny, counter, accuse.
I'm very much so like a mind your own fucking business person, right? And you got to come at me a certain way. You know, you can't talk to me like that. You got to come at me a certain way. And the way he came up was just arrogant, and it was like his curiosity outweighed his logic. Like, what the fuck do you think is in the gun case? My ukulele?
We're at a fucking airport.
Yeah.
Do you want him to be like, it's a gun?
Yeah.
I have a gun.
It's a cello.
Yeah, right. Like it's my fucking skin flute. Like what the fuck, dude? No, I'm not going to tell you what's in the case. What I say, don't worry about it or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you said don't worry about
It was the politest fuck off I've ever fucking done. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, you don't need to worry about that.
Don't worry about it would have hit so much harder if you did it with a Russian accent.
Yeah. And then you elbow me and you're like, no Russian.
Russian.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Tom Dillon and I were at the counter checking ours, and I'm just like, I think Dave's got a fan.
Oh, dude, what the fuck? Like, Jesus, man, come on. You guys strip searched going through security.
Mm-hmm. I think, did we
Fantastic.
talk about this on the
We did.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we talked about that.
The episode prior to this that we filmed outside.
Oh, that's
we talked
right.
about
That's right. So
all
let's.
that.
But that didn't cover any of the NPC interactions that happened after that.
Yeah. Afterwards.
I think. the
Well,
next one was Casey's.
we had Saturday morning.
But Casey's was Friday night.
Was Casey's Friday night?
Casey's was Friday night.
It's Friday night.
It was.
Right. Yeah. So we filmed the last episode Friday afternoon, and then we left the AO, and Logan's
Wait,
like, "Hey,
no.
we're gonna come hang out at your Airbnb."
Casey's couldn't have been at night. It was like clearly during
Friday afternoon. It was like 5 o'clock.
Right. It was like still daytime.
Yeah. Because we left the AO, went to that surplus store, which was mid. It was okay.
He's only saying that because they didn't have UCP Delta.
Or anything Eagle Industries. I'm sorry, that makes it mid.
They did have brand new Condor stuff, which is not really military surplus. That's just like a retail store for Condor.
But they had a lot of multicam, and it's right next to a military base. Makes sense.
It's a shit ton of multicam. If you ever want a multicam, Jesus Christ, they have it all.
Everything.
Did you see the section with all like the old Navy camos?
Yeah.
It was like flamingo cam. You know, like
for
they
the
had a
wives.
bunch of. That's the stuff that like your aunt gets you on Christmas. Like, yeah, I hear you're into doing the army stuff with your friends, right?
It's like purple.
Yeah, and then a year later, you know, she's like, "Hey, did you wear that camo I got you?" And you're like,
You're like,
"No,
yeah.
why
yeah,
not?
Yeah, I totally did.
Pink, it's pink cam."
And from there, we went to Casey's. Do we want to talk about that?
Okay, so
I'm famous. Dylan's famous.
Hold on.
I think it's getting to Dylan's head though.
hold the fuck on.
To be honest with you,
First off,
I love him. I love him
Okay.
to death, but like, dude, it was just come on. You know what I mean?
okay,
It was just one moment,
so I'd like to
one
shout, Jesus
fantastic
Christ, shut
moment,
the fuck up.
one moment of.
You gotta let him finish.
Not everybody gets to live that moment,
Tom,
Okay,
is there a
yeah.
spray bottle in the
but it
kitchen?
was just that moment, you
I
know.
need to
So
spray him like a cat.
So I just want to say, Fat Electrician, thank you for bringing Casey's to light. It's a gas station. I'm sorry, it's a pizza place that also sells gas.
We still have like 2 slices.
It's a pizza
Talk about it
station.
on there.
It's a pizza station.
Yeah.
This gas station in Texas has no business making pizza this good. Every fucking mom and pop pizzeria in New York or the tri-state area needs to go try Casey's Pizza and then throw rocks at themselves. because it puts them to shame. This is a freaking gas station making
I don't
better
disagree.
pizza than 60% of the freaking pizza places in New York.
However, to fast forward, the Casey's pizza we got Friday night versus Saturday night were two different pizzas.
Two different, yeah.
It was two different crews. It was the B crew and the C crew. I don't think
There's no A crew.
I don't think they have an A crew.
It also just so happened that on Friday, that was like the grand opening of that location,
It was.
This is also true.
which is
So-
why I'm famous.
Well, I know he wants to talk about it. So we go in there, right? I go in immediately and just buy 2 slices. I was hungry as fuck. And I look and I was like, holy shit, there's like cameras and whatnot. And then I walk back outside to go back to the car because we were getting gas. And I get within 5 feet of the car and Jordan pulls away because he didn't see me. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, well, an average person will leave their car parked at the gas pump. I was like, I know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we had 6 or 7 people. I'm like, probably shouldn't leave this car parked here. It's a pretty busy gas station. Maybe we should put it in a spot and be polite. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh, Dave's walking back across the...
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, he was walking up to the car.
I was like, hey. All right, whatever.
yeah.
So then
My bad.
I'm like, Jordan, you're never going to guess what's happening on the inside.
Now, for context, as he says that, there's a cop walking into Casey's.
That is also
I
true.
immediately go to, there's a fist fight. There's got to be a fist fight. He stops and goes, no, they're filming like a documentary inside, and Anthony and Dylan are being interviewed right now. And I just went, you must be fucking kidding me, right?
When I saw them go up to Anthony and I saw you like talking with them, I was like, who knows what's coming out of his mouth right now?
You know, I was standing next to Tom, and they walked up to us, and they were just like, "Hey, would you like to be in like a video?" And it's an internal promo video for Casey's, so like it's not going to be a public thing.
Yeah.
The Casey's is like a business entity. They do, I guess, team building things. They were talking about it. They have Casey's workers from different areas come together once a year to basically do like a pizza competition to see who makes the best pizza.
Damn.
That's like kind of cool. Now, okay, does Domino's do that shit?
Maybe.
Fuck no.
You don't know that.
Dude.
There's a lot of Domino's locations.
They're saying who can follow the formula the best.
Yeah.
Casey's pizza is an art.
I will give Casey's the chef's kiss, but I'm just saying, we saw Pizza Huts that still looked like a Pizza Hut.
So anyway, I'm famous, all right? I'm telling the story. Red carpet only rolls open for me and Dylan.
Okay, so that's 1. You have 2.5 more.
All right. You know.
2.5 twinks. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. What can
Yeah,
I
we
say?
get it. No, it's fine.
No. Look, I'd be upset too, Jordan, if I were you.
What questions were they asking you?
Oh yeah. So first, I was standing next to Tom. Like, all jokes aside, right? I'm standing next to him. They're like, "Hey, do you want to be in a video to promote Casey's for some internal thing?" And Tom was about to be like, "No," and I was like, "Abso-fucking-lutely." That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm gonna give Fat Electrician a shout out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna shout him out. I'm only here because of his video.
It's true.
Which is true.
And it's like, if there's any way you can get back to him or Casey's corporate somehow, that like Fat Electrician convinced me from New York to go to Texas and have some fucking Casey's. That's huge. We love his channel, by the way. It's just so,
Tom, remember that noise for later.
so yeah, Tom backed out. Tom was like, I have a boyfriend. No, thank you.
Yeah, he was waiting outside.
How would he feel about me talking? No, not gonna work.
But what'd they ask you?
Oh, okay. So anyway, we got Dylan.
Anthony is acting like it's his confessional again.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to pull him out of it.
Sorry, but we got Dylan.
Here,
He's in the
that
documentary.
ball. That's for you, kiddo.
We got Dylan. Dylan did it, right? Dylan's part is fucking hilarious. Like, side project aside, right? As far as the actual story is concerned, Dylan's role in this story is so fucking funny. But they asked questions. They were like, did you get that pizza? Did you come here for the pizza? You know, I think they were really like harping on the pizza and like what we thought about the pizza. They told us about the pizza. They make the dough fresh every day. And then they were like, can you just... Also, by the way, when they do this like thing, they have like the mic really close to like my face. And like if I talk too close to this mic, which I'm used to at this point, we do it once a week.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it clips. So as he's putting the mic closer to my face, I'm like pulling away. So he keeps doing it. And he's like, take a bite out of the pizza. And I was like, okay. Like, and he had like the mic in my face as I'm like,
Should have moaned.
"Aw." He was like, "How is it?" I was like, "It's good." And he was like, "Do you think it's like dry or anything like that?" And I was like, "No, it's actually really fucking juicy. This is the breakfast pizza.
Oh yeah.
The breakfast pizza at Casey's fucks.
Oh,
Okay, I don't know if you've ever had breakfast pizza, but it's like if a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and a pizza had a love child, and it's gas station pizza, but it's fucking good. It's really fucking good.
It has no right to be that good. It's so good. I got a whole pie actually that day while we were there of breakfast pizza. It's so fucking good.
This episode's not sponsored by Casey's.
But if it wants to be, Casey's, let us know.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony does his, and I'm like, Jesus, like, I'm just like, what's he saying? Like, I thought you were going to do a Trump. This is the best pizza.
In hindsight, I should have done Trump.
Yeah, of course.
If I gave them a little like,
Yeah, but they probably wouldn't have used it.
It's further internal though.
Yeah, but
So it's not
still.
being put out publicly. So maybe they would.
Maybe.
somebody would leak it if it was good enough. Like somebody's going to leak Dylan's.
Oh, dude.
I hope so.
Dude,
Yeah.
poor Dylan.
Well, I found it interesting because, like, Anthony, they made you taste pizza, right?
Yeah.
And then Dylan, they had you taste like a donut?
They're like,
All
put
right,
the
yeah.
whole, they're like, Dylan, I want to see you fit the entire donut inside of your mouth. It was like kind of awkward. Like the guy asked, like, his job was to be this like host.
Yeah.
So he's basically like a Ryan Seacrest kind of guy for Casey's. And he did the whole like, you know,
He had a pretty good cosplay going of him.
he had like the fake smile and the wow and the heavy, like he had all that
The
thing
slick
going
back
on.
hair and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they were cool. I asked him, like, how do you like, what is this job? Like, how do you like this job that you do? And he explained it to me.
Turns
Like,
out they just found him on Fiverr and he's just like a go-to, interviewer.
I don't know, but like Casey's fucking pays this guy to do what he was doing at that gas
It
station.
looked like he was doing a good job.
Yeah. It's like neat. Companies in New York don't do that shit.
I just wanted to go in and get a breakfast pizza.
Like, okay, let me rephrase that.
Oh, that was the
A
other thing.
fucking gas station in New York is never going to do anything like that.
no.
You know?
That was the other thing. The whole time that these interviews were going on, it was like everything kind of stopped. It was weird because when I went in just to grab my pizzas, there was nothing going on. And then when I went out, I saw the cameras and I was kind of making the joke because like you were filming a documentary and then I see people with like actual cameras. And I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, they're making a
I
documentary.
made the Hell's Kitchen bit prior to going here.
Yeah.
And it would have just ended at the breakfast thing in the morning.
Except for that.
It would have just ended there, but then we had that NPC interaction, and it's just like, all right, now I have to make this story arc where Jordan's jealous that he didn't get interviewed and I got interviewed. Then
I
me
will
and
say-
Dylan have to fight. Like,
Yeah.
first we're stuck up and we're being dicks to everybody, but then we start fighting. We argue over who's more famous now over the Casey's pizza. It's just fucking hilarious. It's like a sitcom bit.
But poor Dylan, like they made him shove a donut in his mouth. And I don't know what was going on, but Dylan looked like the Jordan Peele meme where he's sweating and it's like water's coming down. Oh my God, you can see the sweat, just the beads coming up on his
You would have
forehead.
thought he
Like,
just ran a mile.
I was like, oh my God, Dylan, you're all right? Holy shit. Poor guy.
He's over there cracking up too.
Yeah.
He's now red. He's going to start sweating again. Did you already shower today? Because you're going to need another one.
It was a comedic amount of sweat. Like, whoa.
I also understand now because in the Fat Electrician video, he's like, they sell pizza by the slice, which is like not a like unheard of thing. Every place in New York does that.
Yeah.
They make it efficient because it's one of those like hot.
Oh man.
It's not a refrigerator. It's like a hot. What do you fucking call that? But
Rotisserie.
yeah, it's like a rotisserie. You just walk over and they have them prepackaged. You pick them up. They were doing buy one get one for slices. Fucking fantastic.
They don't even care if you eat it and then go pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't give a shit.
Like by the time I checked out, I was already 1.5 slices in.
Oh yeah. I just like gave it a little cardboard piece. It was like totally empty. Just had some stains on it. I was like, yeah, I had it.
I wanted to eat the pizza in the car, but I had to like eat it. Like it wasn't enough for him to just have me take a bite out of one of the pizzas. It's like he's like, all right, now try the other one. The other one, it's a sausage pizza. Try that one too. It was like, okay.
You should have just. Yeah. This one's better.
I kind of like a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was like, I want them to use it. Like they need to get footage that's usable.
Yeah.
You know, like they just need to find a good customer interaction to show corporate so that they can show that they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna talk up Casey's and hopefully it's good for them. They seem pretty happy with it.
Then we saw a furry.
At
that was the
Casey's, that was a
next day.
completely different day. Can I just talk about Dylan sweating for a second? The human body is fascinating. They say like if you're not sweating, you're not working out hard enough.
Yeah, true.
So I struggle to
I
sweat at the
guess
gym.
social awkwardness is sweating enough.
I struggle to sweat at the gym sometimes. I'm like, I'm not pushing hard enough. We were in a hot car. Dylan was bone dry. It took 5 minutes of questioning and a donut in his mouth to be fucking profusely soaking wet from face sweat. He wasn't running or anything. He wasn't lifting weights. He wasn't doing any exercise. The human body's fucking nuts.
It was a stress signal for sure. He was mukbanging in front of a freaking camera with lights and everything.
Isn't sweat supposed to like cool you down so you don't overheat?
Yeah, but during stress, it's a stress reaction too.
Like getting hot?
Like sweating.
It's just fucking crazy. It's crazy.
It's wild. Yeah.
Like, what's this? Like, okay, if you're that stressed, how is sweating going to save you? How's it going to?
I don't know. Why does your head hurt when you eat too much of cold stuff? How does that help you? Well, I guess it makes you stop eating the cold thing.
The cold thing just hurts the roof of your mouth because it gets cold. It's not like pain. It's like discomfort. Like brain freeze.
Brain freeze? Have you ever had real brain freeze?
Well, it can, yes, but like, okay.
Fucking hurts.
It can hurt.
Yeah.
So
it'll put you out for a while. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dylan was sweaty. And now everybody that works at Casey's knows that Dylan is sweaty. And then a couple nights later, we went back to Casey's and there was a furry.
That wasn't a couple nights. That was the next night.
Whatever, the next night. And I couldn't wait to text Anthony.
You didn't have to.
He walked in.
We all just looked at each other and knew.
Mind you, this was after Saturday at AMS. So we played all of Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, what are we doing for food? And the only thing that was still open was Casey's and Whataburger. Which, mind you, we still haven't gotten Whataburger. So that's okay. Either way, I digress. We're standing there in Casey's, and Tom and Dylan look at me, and they're like, you should go get a soda. I don't drink soda. I'm good, man. I don't want a soda. And they're like, you should go get a soda. And I was like, they had like a look, like a wink. All right, I'll go over there. And as soon as I rounded that fucking aisle, I looked and go, oh, you must be kidding me.
According to Meat Canyon, there's a very high likelihood that this person plays Airsoft.
No.
He said,
Not that one.
He said furries represent a majority.
Why did the tail shake?
Yeah, very realistically.
Something.
We got a.
Wonder where it was connected.
I got a photo.
You have a photo. I don't know if we can do that.
We can't.
We will not do that.
I don't think we can do that.
We will not.
We can pixelate it.
Yep. No, we won't. We won't do that. But
That's for our Patreon. No.
that is for the Patreon content. No, that's like doxing. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
Whatever. But it was just another NPC action that happened. We're just like,
Group chat is different than live on the internet.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So Casey's was fun on all accounts.
Good food. Good service. Mediocre.
Red carpet.
Depends.
Yeah.
Friday Casey's versus Saturday Casey's, two different places.
Sure.
Yep.
But good nonetheless. Anyway, the thing that we were going to talk about was actually AMS-X. And now that we're post-game, what are our thoughts?
Well, I already said it once. Actually, I said it a few times. This is the most fun I've had playing Airsoft in a long time.
Man.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I made the joke about Airsoft gun control being real. 60 rounds is fucking awesome. Like the 60 round mag limitation, gas gun users have a home. That was a amazing game.
If you need 200 rounds to hit your target, you're a lousy shot.
Per mag. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they wearing? Kevlar vests?
I didn't come to this AO to stand in a window and shoot at dudes all weekend.
It was good. I told this to Bo already. I was like, you've got something here. And I was even suggested, I was like, dude, you should make this AMS wide.
Oh,
like,
yeah, 100%.
Just AMS wide.
I would love to see Eastern Front be done like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the unfortunate part is that, the mags are issued, right? So
contributes
which means
to cost.
Contributes to cost. But that may also be part of the benefit. That was the other thing, dude. The player base for this game.
So can we preface with what we were told about Southern Airsofters?
Yeah, go ahead.
So originally we had multiple people tell us that Southern Airsofters are toxic and that we are not going to enjoy our time here. And I'm like, that's great. We're going into this game having been told that. But because the ticket price was $225 for gas gun users and $295 if you were using an AG, it almost seemed like it was so high that the people that they were referring to, shitters, wouldn't want to go. And it seemed to play out that way.
I think the 60 round mags and the high ticket price,
100%.
and let's be real, it's not even that high of a ticket price. Like we've seen.
No, and
Ticket
if we rewind back like 40 episodes, I remember you saying you'd rather go to a game that was only, 200 to 300 players, but cost $400.
Yeah. I would totally do it.
That's kind of what we got here.
It really is. And like the 60 round mags, no issue. I mean, we're using 30 round mags, like no issue. I never felt outgunned. Everybody was like very particular about the shots they would take. Like,
Dude, the first hour of the game, I didn't fire my rifle for more than 20 BBs. It was just grabbing saw gunners and a DMR or a bolt action dude and a couple riflemen and holding up a building on the second floor and being like, I need you guys to watch here. I need you to watch there. And just stopping Tan from being the egress through that portion of the city.
yeah. And I told Bo this as well. I was like, man, every interaction that we've had with the opposite team or even our own team
Super positive.
has been like incredible, like almost weirdly positive.
We only had like one bad one. It was just because that dude was weird.
Yeah, right. It's not even worth mentioning because it
No.
was like at the end of the game. But
What pisses me off about the interaction that shall not be mentioned is that it fucking ties back to old podcast lore from other AMS games.
That dude is a normie.
He's not getting shit from me.
He's getting hyper. Yeah, he's a hyper.
He's not going to get shit from me.
Nah, fuck that dude.
He's not getting shit. All right, that deal's done. That deal is done.
All right.
Oh,
That deal is done. He's not getting shit. He don't deserve it.
I forgot about that.
I don't know anything, but yeah, dude, it was wildly positive. And even though it felt like, and it didn't just feel like it, but it was like the Tan team just couldn't really put anything together. Like they couldn't get into the city. Like they just couldn't.
No.
I thought for sure, because there was a part where we just went out into the tree line, which was super cool.
It was a different kind of woods.
Yeah, man. And we had a big fight out there, and we killed a bunch of Tan out there, and they killed us, and like eventually we were all just dead lying next to each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're gonna be super salty. Like
Yeah.
at any other game, they would be like, we're being spawn trapped. All these guys were just like, yo, this is fucking awesome. Like it was insane. They were like, everybody's so fucking positive. We're like, you guys aren't like worried about being trapped back here? And they're like, no, it's a challenge, man. Like that's just the way it is. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, it was like the most wholesome airsoft interaction I've ever had.
It was
They were like so fucking nice.
like almost like the Truman Show. Nice.
Yeah.
It was like Bo knew we were coming from New York, and he just like hired a bunch of actors.
They were all
to
plants.
to just make sure we had a good time, dude. It was like that.
Yeah. It was like North Korean capitalism.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, based off of the text that he sent me right before we started filming, he kind of felt the same way. He's like, I am shocked by the amount of positive feedback we got.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it just, again, people weren't getting overshot
No,
because nobody had the extra BBs.
that's true.
Like, you get 2. That's your allotment. I'll give you 2, maybe 3 if you take too long. But everybody, I didn't have 0 hit calling issues. I didn't have any issues with that.
No, there's no hit calling issues, no bullshit issues.
I mean,
Oh, it was good.
it was damn near a perfect game.
It was pure.
It was, yeah,
Yeah.
it was. The rain kind of, okay. Who the fuck said that Texas was cold?
Oh my God.
Yeah, learn that. And if you look at the weather right before the event, right after the event,
It was like 85 degrees on Friday,
yeah,
and it was about 78 degrees when the game ended today. But during the game, it was 55 to 65.
It wasn't cold enough for us to quit, but it was cold enough for us to be miserable when we were dressed for hot weather.
yeah. I was wearing
But you're thinking about it, though, that's a trend that our group has.
a rugby shirt, man. I was basically wearing lingerie.
No, I'm not talking about that trend. I'm talking about the trend where we end up going to a game where it's nice before and after, not during.
Yeah, like, dude, that
Multiple
wind,
MSW
that wind at night. Oh my God, I was hiding from it. I was hiding from the wind, not the Tanty. I wasn't hiding from them. I was hiding from the fucking wind.
Yeah, when we were holding that third floor,
shit.
I didn't quite understand in the beginning when you guys kept walking into the room I was like staying in. You're like, it's really fucking cold in here.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. And then I walked in your room and I was like, it's like 20 degrees warmer in here. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Anthony and I have basically, doilies, fucking shirts,
the varsity
dude.
shirts.
Oh God, man.
There's holes all over them, and the wind is just like it's like you're not wearing a
We're
shirt.
just naked.
Like my plate carrier was the only thing keeping me warm. It was so bad. I was like, you guys want to like penguin huddle in the corner until Tan comes up here because it's fucking cold.
Like, is anybody got a piss? Just pee on me. just pee on me. It'll give me that a little bit of warmth. I'll be cold after that, but give me that warmth, dude. It was pretty
Short-term fun.
It was pretty gnarly. But I mean, the game itself was fantastic, man. And
It was super fun. It was like super fun. Even so, Lane, Scum Customs. Lane was with us. He was playing with us.
By the way, cool dude.
yeah,
Yep.
pretty cool, dude.
Cool dude.
You guys were a little bit hesitant at first.
Well, he's one of your boyfriends.
Yeah, we didn't know if this house could handle 2 of you.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Lane has a throttle on his ADD.
He's autistic, but he's not you.
I can't stand people that act like me.
Yeah.
Weird.
I can't fucking.
wonder
I
why.
can't imagine why you would feel that.
I
way.
attract opposites. That's just
Yeah, he can hang out whenever he wants.
Yeah, he's cool. Good people.
yin and yang. Yin and yang.
Sure.
But yeah, so even he said, because he lives in Texas and he plays a lot of games around this area, he was like, that was like the best game I've played, like Southern Texas Airsoft. He was like, everything about that was great. He loved the freaking boss unit. He loves that thing. And he thought the 60 round mag thing was really cool. He liked the pace of it. He was fucking with it.
I like that because they limited support gunners and snipers or whatever.
I feel like I only saw like 2 LMGs all weekend.
Yeah, you were kind of surprised by them.
Yeah.
And the one was in the tree line.
Yep. Like when Tom radioed me Saturday morning and was like, I have a saw gunner. Do you want me to send him over to you? I was like, wow, we found one already? Like,
hey.
I thought that was a diamond, but okay, yeah, send him here.
And it kind of was a diamond.
Yeah.
It turned out to kind of be a diamond. So it was cool. All the gunfights were like kind of fair, even for us with gas guns in colder weather than we were expecting. So it was like,
Thankfully, they still shot straight.
thankfully.
Yeah.
Snipers were effective.
Snipers were
Oh
actually
my
effective.
God.
That's right.
Dude, Logan and I were held up that red like condo style building, the one that we got friendly fired at night on Saturday.
Mhm.
We poked our head out of the window Saturday afternoon, right around like 3 or 4 o'clock. Right past our head. I'm like, what the fuck was that? He pokes his head out, hears it again. We're like, no. That dude is almost completely accurate, but he missed. We don't want to give him a third chance.
Well, and it's not like you're just going to fire indiscriminately.
Yeah, and I had no
You don't
idea
have the ammo to do that.
I legitimately had no idea where he was, and I couldn't do recon by fire because I didn't have the ammo to do it.
Yeah, right. So I think it's a clever way. I think the 60 round mags is a clever way to, limit
Yeah.
your squad's capabilities. Right. You can't just sit in the third story of a building, just rain down terror for hours and hours and hours. Like,
And I will say, going into it, you and I butted heads about the whole, is it 300 rounds or is it 5 mags? And I think it's 300 rounds and you think it's 5 mags. I didn't run out of ammo at any point.
yeah, I didn't either.
Like, there was no shittery happening. Like, we played with 5 mags. And at no point in time did I even dip below having 4. Or sorry, using more than 4. Because by the time we got to that point, we're like, hey, we're pretty much all almost out of ammo. Let's pull back, go reload, and then we'll cycle back up here.
Which gives the enemy the opportunity to push our
Correct.
previous position. And that was happening. I mean, I don't know.
It worked well too because pretty much all of us, every time we had to go back to the fob, we had bandages on us.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, reload, get the bandages off, and get back out
I also
there.
played the majority of Saturday with only 1 ace bandage.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but again, that's a testament to like by the time we ran out of ammo, I had already been mediced once, but I hadn't been mediced twice.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was
I have-
so fresh.
I
It was
literally
fresh
have-
and like new.
If I had to critique it, hardcore critique it, I would just say that Tan's fucking
Yeah.
their fob was a little bit far away,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
And-
yeah.
And that's not an inherent flaw in AMS-X as like the type of game that it was.
Yeah,
that
that
was last second AO change. He saw the ticket numbers. Tan was like going to dominate green numbers wise.
Yeah.
Historically, Tan always dominates green in the South, from what I hear from everybody.
Yep.
So he switched us from Tan to green, and he made Tan a little bit further out. And I think it was just like
It was just a little too much.
it was like a bit of an overcompensation that you couldn't really foresee the consequences of that until it starts happening.
Yeah.
I do think though that like once that does start happening,
You got to.
my opinion is I just notice when AMS staff, they just kind of let shit roll. You know, they let the game play. They let it roll out and see how it goes. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. I remember reffing, like if we saw a game going one way or another, it was easy to overcompensate.
Yeah.
So like you can sometimes just add too much fuel to the fire or whatever. There's an expression for overcompensating too much,
Sure.
you know, but insert expression here. But like, despite that, you know, the tan players, like it was all conquered by the player base just having a good fucking attitude.
Yeah.
So the format was great. Everybody had a good attitude, and it was like, voila. Okay, maybe one of the fobs was further than the other one, and it created a circumstance. But everybody handled it with grace, and they just played and they had fun.
I will say this: on Sunday they did start tan.
5 or 10 minutes early.
No, he started them at their at their aid station,
Oh, okay.
which is why when we got there they had the whole city, and then we immediately took it back. So you know, was the fob being far away really a factor, or was it just?
Or was it a skill issue?
At a certain point, it becomes a skill issue. Like
Yeah,
on
like-
Saturday, we told all the other greens to pull back.
Dude, we
Oh,
brokered
Dave's-
a deal.
I may have shot a couple greens just to
I may
like
have thrown
get them to
a
stop
five.
so that I wanted to fight in the buildings, and we
Yeah.
weren't doing that on Saturday. So I was like, we did everything we could to let them in. Open border policy,
Dude,
and they didn't take it. And it was like,
I looked at Anthony and I was like, I'm just going to go down there and talk to him. I'm going to go talk to the other team and just like tell them like, hey, we're backing out of here. Like we want to fight in the city. And so that's what we did. We just like slung like we all walked up with our hands up and they
didn't shoot us.
They didn't, which is wild. It's
Yeah.
fucking absolutely magical, especially with what happened at the end of the game. But,
Oh, yeah.
and then they came out like,
I would say diabolical.
yeah. And then they like, you know, had like a conversation and I was just like, hey man, like kind of want to fight in the city. I was like, here's the deal. We're going to pull out of everything on this side of that street and you guys go in. I was like, look, when you go in, go around this way so that if somebody who doesn't understand what we're doing shoots at you, you know, and they, like get in those buildings. And they tried and, you know, not everybody on green was down with that. I literally said, let them come one time. I was like, let them get into the city. I was like, don't shoot them. And then this kid right below the window was like, speak for yourself. And I just like looked down. I was like, what do you want to do, dude? Do you want to just shoot targets in your backyard?
Yeah.
Like I want a good engagement here, dude. I want equal footing. I don't want a one-sided blowout. Like it's not fun for anybody.
That's up there with your second attempt at the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Green just had some shitters.
The
That's just kind of what it was.
the kid that you like negotiated it out with, as soon as you walked away, this group of like 5 green dudes just fucking smoked him. And one of- the dude that smoked him had a saw, and it was the AMS engagement distance is 50 feet. He was like 55 feet, and he just dumped him with a saw. And I'm like, fuck.
What a
and
turd.
I'm on the second or third floor of the main building that we were holding up in, and I look at Logan. I'm like, they just smoked that kid. So he takes Talon and one of the other amp dudes, and they run all the way out there. And Logan's like standing in front of him, like, don't fucking shoot this kid, as they're medicing him. They run halfway back, the saw gunner opens up on him again. And I'm like, this motherfucker. So before they could even walk all the way up to the third floor where we were, I just take an EG and I just right on top of their head. Deserved. All 5 of them just dead.
Get wrecked.
And they looked up and they're like, hey, we're green. I'm like, hey, you're dead.
Oh, what's that? I couldn't hear you over your dumb, stupid saw.
Yeah. Like we were trying to let Tan get into the city.
Oh,
I'm
I gotta
sorry.
get my kill count up. Shut the fuck up.
Some dude on Sunday thought I was joking when I'm like, I want to shoot Tan players, but I will absolutely shoot green players. It'll still satisfy me. And he starts laughing. I'm like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, dude. I just want to fight the town. That's why.
Those green players like to play casual breakthrough on Battlefield 6. They like to play bots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
they want bot lobbies.
It's like, I don't know. They want an easy path. Which is why Sunday morning was so awesome. Is that like as soon as we got up the hill, we weren't even in the city yet. We're like, oh damn, they're right there. And then we like literally the first building that we were going to go to had 2 guys in it. We're like, oh shit. And it was fun. We actually got to like fight and maneuver through the town. And I mean, we ended up dying later on, but it didn't matter. Like there was we were fighting in the center of the town, and that's what everybody wanted.
I just felt like, you know, prior to all that, like some of the green players just felt hollow.
What do you mean by hollow?
Like, don't you feel like green just felt a little bit hollow to you?
I don't know what you
Some
mean
of the
by
green
hollow.
players are just a bit hollow.
Okay, you keep saying that, but I don't understand what you mean.
Like we had a I'm famous.
I think that's the first time you've pulled that off while I was resetting the cameras. Good for you, man. You may not have even needed to be bleeped there.
Green team is called COST, the Coalition of
Sovereign
Territories.
If you ever saw that movie, Civil War, it's kind of like that. But AMS like predicted it because they've been using those factions for 15 years.
Yeah, they have. They long time. Actually, yeah, they have.
Yeah. Memes.
But yeah, dude, like I just wanted a good fight, dude. And it seemed like there was a lot of green that was just like, push your shit in, you know, like why? So you can go to your girlfriend and be like, yeah, we fucking like peed in
Imagine
there.
telling your girlfriend Airsoft war stories.
Some of these people do for sure.
Did you win?
Yeah, here's a picture with me and their commander in the porta-john.
Here's the group photo of me and my friends afterwards.
Yeah.
I am curious though because at the beginning of the game,
We pushed them all the way back to their spawn, babe.
Yeah, like come on, that's not a good game, right? Like, I don't know. That's just me, dude. I don't go to an AMS to completely demoralize and trounce the other team, dude. I want a good fight. I want a good fight.
AMS is like just I always see it when there are cool mount sites, and it's just cool opportunities to have cool engagements in cool places.
Yeah.
And literally the coolest part of the AO that we were on was the buildings. Yeah. And for some reason, everybody just wanted to fight in the fucking bushes. It's like you can't win. You can't fucking win. And overwhelming majority of all the players there were fantastic. And they had great attitudes. It's just,
that was just my opinion.
I'm gonna say it. It's just I shot some green players. I did. I friendly fired. Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe it wasn't. But
it was on purpose.
Maybe it wasn't, but maybe it was.
No, it was on purpose.
We'll find out after this commercial break.
Go buy our merch. Go to the Zulu24.square.site. Buy some merch. Also, I found a little hiccup and I can't seem to resolve it. So when you go and you buy merch, when you look at it, it says out of stock. Everything says out of stock until you put in your size.
Oh.
So everything's there. You got to put in your size. Head on over Zulu24.square.site. Pick up your Zulu24 merch. We're always kind of updating it. All the designs on there. There are a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, dude, it was a little disheartening to see that nobody wanted like not a fair fight, but just a good fight.
Yeah, I looked at so many green players and I'm like, I didn't come all the way to Texas to play in the woods. We have woods at home.
Yeah. Like arguably better woods.
Our woods don't have cactuses.
Yeah. Or rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Or bat shit everywhere.
Or ant mounds. And yeah, bat shit and cow
fire
shit.
ants. Yeah. Like, you know what the woods in New York have? None of that. We have ticks in the summer.
That's it.
Yeah. I am curious, though, because Bo said in the safety brief as well as the game brief on Saturday, if you had an issue with the mag, bring it to your team CO. They would have extra mags in the team respawn, and you could just cycle it out.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what the failure rate is on the mags.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm curious.
I doubt if they had an issue with it that it was the mags.
That was something he said in the beginning was, hey, make sure it's the mag and not your gun.
Your gun's either going to jive well with PTS mags or they're not. PTS has very consistent QC that to the point where like Airsoft has no standards. I actually trust PTS to deliver a consistent product.
Yeah.
Especially a limited edition one like these mags.
Well, and I would assume too, if you're an AEG user, that prior to this game specifically,
you would have bought a PTS EPM mag and been like, hey, there's a feud.
Or borrowed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because we're all particular about the mags we put in our EGs or whatever. I would hope that people did it. And honestly, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear anybody who was just like, fuck these mags fucking suck. I didn't hear any of that. It was overwhelmingly positive. Like if it was a Steam review, it would be fucking overwhelmingly positive. Yeah. The game ran well. The limited magazine capacity absolutely changed the game. And I think AMS should do that for all of their events 100%. Across the board.
Yeah. I know it sounds like we're like promoting airsoft gun control. 60 round mag games were fucking dope.
Remember, 30 rounds is a standard magazine.
I know.
So it's still a high capacity magazine, but it
normal PTS EPM 1 mags are 250.
Well, I get it. I understand it.
In comparison, this is a big change.
It's huge change for that player base for sure. But it made airsoft fun again. Like it just made it fun. It was a challenge, and you're doing all the math in your head about how many mags you got left, or even if like you got in a brief scuttle and you're like, shit, how many rounds did I shoot out of this mag? Fuck, was that 10? Was that I better reload, you know, like
Yeah.
And what's funny, Bo did bring up, I was talking to him Saturday afternoon. I died first out of the group. And I bled out, and you guys had kept going towards actually the tan team respawn. As much as we said we were trying to let him out, we were pushing the tan team respawn.
Yeah. Operation shit in their open mouths that we were given by our CO.
yeah.
We were trying to pull back, and he's just like, "Yeah, I want you to go over there and piss on him."
Which is
it's like
kind of like
it's like fine.
It was my fault because
but that led to the most wholesome interaction we had with tan players
I will get to that.
ever. Period.
I will get to that, but it was partially my fault there because I had said, hey, AMS apparently has all these cool fucking missions and we've never done one of them. I don't even see them. I was like, I want to do a mission at some point today. So then our PL comes over and he's like, hey, you want to do a mission? I was like, sure, absolutely. What are we doing? He's like, cool. So we need to go push this grid. And I like look at areas. I'm like, bro, that's right outside the respawn.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, yeah, we have to go over there and secure the area and they're going to bring up the missiles and set it up and it's going to be the SAM site. And I'm like, they're trapped in their fucking respawn, man. This is right after Dave's first attempt at winning the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm like,
that's why I was like, somebody asked, what are we doing? And I was like, Operation Shit in their literal mouth. Like, because it was just like, fuck, man.
And our PL was a nice dude. I can't remember his name. I think it was Justin. Was it Justin? Jason.
Yeah.
Jason. Nice dude. And I look at him, I was like, bro, we're trying to let them into the buildings. He's like, oh, are we just trying not to do the mission? And I was like, that's, fuck it, let's go.
You trying not to serve your country, brother?
Okay. I was like, whatever.
Are you thinking about deserting?
Yeah, and he's like, I thought you wanted to do
You got a
mission.
little tan on your collar. What are you
And I
trying
look
to
at
do?
him, I'm like, all right. And we were like kind of lackadaisically coming down from our castle that was the 3-story building, and he hears us shoot the boss unit off. He's like, all right, I guess I'll go fuck myself. I was like, no. That's our battle call. We're rallying the troops.
Yeah,
We're coming down. And he
Sound of our people.
yeah, it's the sound of our people. And he explains it. I'm like, bro, okay, let's do this. So we start pushing all the way over there. I just wanted to play in the buildings, man. Like this game it was really fun though. I will give it credit where credit's due. It was fun to do the AMS side mission because I don't know if you noticed, Cody came out of nowhere and was running around in.
He was in like multi-game black.
Yeah, he was SDF or F. What is the black team? I forget.
Sierra Dynamics.
Yeah, or SD. Yeah, he was just playing as one of the faction members for that, coming over setting up the SAM site. But after I died, I immediately walked back to respawn and I found Bo. He started making fun of me for my dead rag, which is like 15 Zulu dead rags.
Yeah.
With one AMS dead rag at the very end.
No, it's a red Zulu dead rag.
Oh, it's a red Zulu.
And he looks at me, he's like, bro, what are you doing? And I go, what? He's like, you look retarded. I'm like, well, I'm dead. He goes, no, but you look retarded.
Yeah, but everybody knows I'm dead.
I was like, yeah, but everybody knows I'm dead. And he looks, he goes, it's orange. Oh, hold on, just for you. I have one red one. And I pull off the end. He goes, oh, you're doing this to spite me. I was like, no, I do this at the field all the time. Ask anyone that plays it Zulu. I wear this dead rag all the time.
Except when I do it at the field, I don't have the red one on the end of it because
Yeah.
it looks stupid.
And this is right before he sees Dave walking over with an orange dead rag. He's like, I think I'm going to give Dave shit. I was like, nah, I don't think you have to. He's like, I'm going to give Dave shit. But he told me about one interaction he had where a player came up with a question that even I didn't think of. If you have a mag that's half empty and you have another mag that's half empty, can you download that mag into a speed loader and reload it into the other one to top it off?
No, brother. Emergency reloads. That's Milsim.
No.
I said no.
It's
He said
optics.
no. But that was the same thing. It was optics.
It's optics. If I didn't know any better and I came around a corner and I saw somebody loading a mag with a speed loader,
You would think they're being a shitter.
the immediate
Yeah.
assumption is that. And with AMS, with all their games, you can't reload mags in the field. You have to go back to the file.
Yeah.
And that's just industry. Well, that's AMS wide. You know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
reload the field.
But it's kind of cool because even with this new format, they're still running into things where we're like, oh my God, we didn't think of that.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I would say no to that.
I
just
also would say no
because of optics,
it looks
but-
bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Because me coming around a corner and seeing some dude on the other team just like,
Now, if I saw somebody dump a mag in their hand and they were like,
they were like,
You know what I mean?
fucking
Like-
thumb loading that shit.
like I probably wouldn't say, because, well, think about the mags that we have, the
gas gun.
modified.
Yeah.
Like, that's feasible. We just pull it out. We can dump
Yeah.
babies in there and go right back.
That's the benefits of having those mags. If you
So-
had a TM mag, you would be sitting there stripping BBs off the top like 5.56 and then putting it on the
Yeah.
other one. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, it was so fucking good.
I haven't had a good time like this in a long time. And, you know, the Grimnir event that I went to like a couple of years ago, I can't remember it. skirmish is still, in terms of an event, best event I've ever been to. Like the way it was run, the way the gameplay was, everything. This one, the AMS-X that they just did, is number 2. Like I had fun the whole time. Had no negative experiences. I didn't get the shit shot out of me.
I didn't get called a twink.
You didn't
But
get
But we did see a dude in Casey's wearing a twink shirt.
I did get called a twink, actually.
Really?
We were at the fob, and you were like, Anthony, you haven't been called a twink yet. And some guy on our team that heard you was behind you and was like, twink.
We did have the only, well, okay, so it seemed like there was one group of shitters on green and one group of shitters on tan. I could be wrong. But Saturday night, after we all put our nods on and started walking out of the fob, those dudes on green were like, imagine staying to play the fucking night game. And I'm like, imagine being a shitter.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck, dude? Fucking blue gloves.
Imagine, really? Did you say that? Imagine staying for the night game?
It was his group.
Oh.
Yeah.
They are NPCs themselves.
Very hollow.
Stop. Stop. But yeah, man, 10
All
out
right,
of 10.
that's 2.5.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, man. I would do that again.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
I would definitely. If they made it AMS wide,
That would change the entire game.
I would be a shill.
My only...
Yeah, it would be a shill. Holy fuck. Yeah, that was so good.
I don't think AMS did anything wrong as far as running the event, what it is that they're doing. It's AMS-X is like really fucking cool. It does not play like AMS events I played in the past.
Not even kind of.
It is different. Okay. It's literally like hyper concentrated, slower, more realistic op tempo, force on force shit. And it's like, that's fucking awesome. And AMS always secures really cool fucking sites to do it at. My only legitimate critique on the AMS side is I still disagree with the murder hole thing.
I still disagree with the murder hole thing. And my other critique is that the 8 stations are stupid.
The eight,
And when utilized the way they're utilizing them for this game.
I think they tried it differently for this one.
They did. And I didn't like it.
There was almost no point to it.
There was also the 8 stations were so close to your team's respawn, there was no point to even go there.
Now, what I have to say about that, and Bo, I spoke to him, I said bye to him before I left, and
Yeah,
I told him,
We Irish goodbye.
yeah, you guys are
Pieces
Irish.
of shit. Yep.
Whoa, why would he talk about Irish people like that?
Oh,
Jordan.
go fuck yourself.
He's
You're already on 2.5. You got one more.
yeah, yes. Your true colors are showing. Get angry. Get real angry.
I heard someone tell me that mashed potatoes is just Irish guacamole, and now I can't see it a different way.
That's pretty good.
I hit Tom with that the other night in bed. And he's just like, wait, hold up.
Where'd you hit him with that?
Wait, you hit Tom in bed?
Yeah. All the time.
Why'd you hit Tom? You hit Tom in bed.
He's red now. He's dying.
He's black and blue. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Just his
he's
knees.
not red.
It's just his
he's
knees.
bruised.
Calm down. Calm down.
My God. Give that man some lotion.
He's not that clumsy. I'm a little worried about him.
Why is there a BB rolling across the floor in the garage?
Magic.
So
anyway,
any Hoosies, the AO got switched last second. I don't know if we really emphasized that at all
Yeah, it got switched
in this episode so far, but
Thursday afternoon.
it got switched Thursday afternoon to a smaller AO. So as far as like the proximity of aid stations to the fobs, it's like where else are you gonna fucking put them?
Yeah.
Maybe they could have thrown it in the center of the town, but like think of it, we had that shit. If we had an aid station there, it would have made it worse to be able to go there and just take a fucking bit. It would have made the whole pushing tan in their spawn thing worse. So like it makes sense why they wouldn't do that. Life gives you lemons. You make lemonade. And the player base made it work. Truly, it's like the biggest variable, the biggest predictor to a game success as far as how fun it is and all that stuff really just comes down to the player base. You either have a group of people that are willing to have fun, willing to play the game as it's intended, or you just have fucking shitters.
yeah.
You know, like it's just what it is. My whole thing with the manhole though,
The murder hole.
the murder hole,
Manholes are different.
Well, Tom's fine.
the manhole is different.
Tom's,
Yes.
yeah.
There were no manhole. I did see like a little sewer tunnel though, which is kind of cool. But there were no
And then we
manholes
found that
leading into
cubby
it.
under building, what was that, 206?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You threw a frag in there. You said there was a guy in there and you threw it. And I saw like a shadow moving. But you're like, he hasn't made any sounds though.
Yeah.
I was like, you alive?
So
Are you okay?
That building we assaulted that was like 2 floors and just like linear. They keep referring to it as school. All of a sudden, like today, 10 minutes, 15 minutes after we assaulted that building, we're standing in the hallway on the first floor. Kevin gets shot in the back. We're like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Turns out under that stairwell, there was a little cubby, like one of the ones I got stuck on crawling through.
Oh, shit.
Tan dude was hiding in there.
Nice.
Came out, shot Kevin in the back, went upstairs,
Get wrecked.
and killed like half the green players up there. I was like, good for you.
He was the lone survivor in that building after we cleared it
But
out.
now what I'm curious about is the green dudes that were upstairs are like, oh yeah, we killed a tan player up here. He randomly walked up the stairs. What was a shadow moving around in that hole? Because Tom and I threw a frag in there and there was still just like a shadow. Like you could just see it moving around like that. What the fuck?
It was a chupacabra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Known for these parts of Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, murder holes should be in play.
the thing is, it's like
It's a moot point when you have limited ammo.
the whole either everything's okay or none of it's okay doesn't exist when you can still look through it. So I heard people saying just cover them up. That AO,
There's 100,000 of them.
especially when it changes last second,
Yeah.
and you have Thursday to cover every fucking manhole in the building.
Yeah.
That's just not realistic. So
Murder hole.
I believe play it as it lies. And if you're worried about a saw gunner being a dick, you just make it very clear. I don't know, like saw gunners can't shoot through it.
Or play it as it lies. Listen, everybody was so limited on ammo that the guy shooting out of the murder hole and the guy shooting into the murder hole are both sitting there counting rounds, which means eventually, if we're gonna sit here and say that shooting through the murder holes is an advantage towards the person shooting through the murder hole, that he's gonna run out of ammo. Eventually. Also, there's grenades and sight lines and everything like that. And also, everybody forgets that if they can use the murder holes, so can we. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, would it suck if we were just like out in the middle of the road and all of a sudden got laced up? But you were still probably going to get laced up from the window. You know what I mean? So play it as it lies, man. Like urban combat fucking sucks. Get wrecked. I don't care. Like I do not care.
I don't know if it would have made much of a difference this game.
Zero. I think it would have made zero difference.
Do you want me to call Bo right now and ask him about what his opinion is on murder holes?
No.
It's only 9:30 at night.
No. Don't call him.
He just texted me back. He said, yo.
No. We can hold it up to the fucking...
I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him.
You ready for the worst audio experience of your life?
All I'm saying is if we find a way to plug in the board, I can plug Anthony's phone or my phone into the board. And it could be worse.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up? We are filming the podcast. We're live right now. We're filming.
Sweet. Okay, good.
We were just
literally cleaning up. Just finished.
Did you find
my
a
God.
Glock by any chance on the AO? I lost my Glock.
I don't know. I've got to double check. Is it a CO? I've got to double check. Just let me know. Is it a CO2 or gas or
CO2 Glock 19. I stippled the left side of the frame to make a little ramp for my thumb.
Huh.
And there's Gorilla Tape on the top of the slide.
You're
Maybe.
being awfully
Maybe.
descriptive,
Let me
Anthony.
ask Chad, because Chad's got the box.
Mm.
And if we threw it in the back of the truck, but if we do find it, I will definitely ship it to you.
I would really appreciate that. If you don't find the Glock, though, unfortunately, we're going to have to say bad things about the game on the podcast.
Well, I know some people to leave for it, so I can probably get you a new one. Oh, man, that's easy. That's easy fix. So what's going on? What are y'all doing? Just hanging out, talking about it?
Yeah, so we pretty much talked over everything that we liked, which was like,
Okay.
honestly, everything.
Awesome.
We're talking about murder holes now. I just want to get your current opinion of it after this game. Seeing, because you're used to your normal events, seeing the slower paced game like of AMS-X, seeing the limited ammo, seeing how that turned out. Has your opinion of murder holes changed at all?
You know, honestly, this weekend, I really didn't even think about the murder holes. And a lot of people, we didn't really have a problem. I think all weekend, I might have heard one guy go, that dude just shot through the murder hole. But it really wasn't an issue. I think the limited ammo just made everybody really rethink all their shots. And to be honest with you, I just didn't think about it. I really didn't. I think if on the bigger AO, if we would have had Elijah and Boaz with the amount of players we had, we probably would have let it roll. But I think this was more of a safer run due to how high value the real estate was of the mount that we were playing in with the amount of players we had. We wanted to make sure they could get in and operate and be able to do what they needed to do without it being so difficult to get in. Right? That was just a first take, and I think it worked. I really do. You know, ironically, in the safety briefings, I asked a lot of the players, so what did they think about it? And it was mixed, but overall, it was probably 75% no, 25% yes. To be honest.
No, as in no shooting through murder hole.
Yeah. 75% were like, no, let's don't use them. Which was crazy. I was kind of shocked myself, but that's kind of overall. I have to give percentages. That's probably what it was. So I'm not saying we'll never do it, but I think in the future on a bigger mount where there's way more buildings and you're getting the 40s and 50s, you know, like reindeer games this year, we may run it that way. You know, so we'll see.
You should. You have to decide before an event that you're going to do it and then not change it.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And
it'll be like murder hole event. Murder hole event. It is shoot through murder hole.
Yeah, we'll just come up with an event called Murder Hole. You know,
that would be, dude. That would be another event you can add.
Yes.
Cycle out one of the ones that doesn't do well, like just name wise, you know, and
you can
make murder hole.
You can only shoot through murder holes, no windows.
Yeah. Oh,
window.
Yes, now you're talking.
Well, then we just put wood over every window.
Yeah.
If you
Can
can
you imagine that?
if you can fit your head through it, you can't shoot
It'll
through
stop you from throwing grenades from the second
that
floor
would
window.
be epic. Only murder holes. God, that'd be awesome. OMH.
It's like OnlyFans, but way worse.
Oh god.
Yep. The funniest thing today was the CO of Cost gets on the phone and calls him and goes, "Hey, where's your boy Jordan?"
Oh my God, yeah.
No, I don't know. Where is he? He goes, "He's in Boaz." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "No, he's not." I'm like, "Jordan might have went on some ninja mission, but I promise you the guy's not a mile off grid." And he's like, "Can you just call and check on him?" So I called Jordan. He's like, I'm like, "Where are you?" He goes, "Dude, I'm right here, right in front of you. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Okay," because Aries says you're in the middle of Boaz.
I would have loved to see that because I was standing right in the center of the town, right next to the gas station, like looking up at the 3-story building going, "Nope, I'm definitely not in Boaz."
Yeah, I came around the corner. I was like, "No, Jordan's right here."
You guys fucking amazing. I wish my helmet camera was on when you called me.
But anyway, I can barely hear y'all. It's kind of quiet now.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
My bad. Yeah, the phone is on my mic. I'm all the way on the end of the table. So,
Okay, cool.
but yeah, do you think it went well? Are you happy with it?
You know, honestly, I'm ecstatic. You know, this thing, like I've mentioned before, has been in the works a long time. Despite the major challenges we had with about a month and a half of prep time to get completely washed and go to the new whiteboard and try to figure out in one day, I was pretty proud of Cody and the team to kind of make the game what it was. You know, in all fairness, because I'm a pretty straight shooter, that I think in all reality, the players didn't get exactly what we wanted to give them for this event due to the size change, but it really worked. And the goal was for the game itself and the concept to be well taken and to see what everybody thought about it. And I was telling the guys that, and all the time I've done this, you know, we have a lot of people walk up to me during the game just to talk or, you know, to complain about something or tell me how much fun they're having. And obviously I love all that. But it was a little overwhelming today about all the positive feedback. I don't think in my history of 100 games, believe it or not, that I've had that many people come up to me and tell me how amazing it was, how great the low cap mags are, how much it changed the way they played, the dynamics of the game, and just, they're like, "Man, it made Airsoft fun again. It made doing this a blast. It changed everything about the way we play." And that was the goal. So I think the first step was to look, does the concept work? Do people like it? And would they do it again? You know, and it was truly overwhelmingly positive. And I think the biggest part for me was how the customers really understood what happened this weekend and what a big deal. And I'm not saying they were overly lenient, but they were here for what we were offering. It's a big deal for the industry, I think, and a big deal for our little company to have a game like this. And they took it well, and everybody loved it. So I was pretty stressed out, but I'm telling you, as well as it went and the feedback I heard verbally, it was just way more than I could ever ask for. So I'm super happy.
That was our experience as well. Every interaction we had, everybody said they were having a good time. I think I told you that already, Bo, but you've got something here. You've got a good formula. And even with, if I had not known that the AO changed, the game still ran well, and I would not have known that this was a backup AO or a last minute AO. Like it ran very well.
Wow. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I think it had a lot to do with the players, going back on what you said about how well the sportsmanship, how well they played, and the dynamic of everybody in general, that's, a big piece of it is how well the players, approach the game and how they played. It made a big part of it, why it made it so successful. So, we're very excited. I can't wait for the future of it. Everybody's like, oh, make it a Copperhead, do it at Iron Horse, do it everywhere.
I don't know. Maybe do it at Eastern Front.
Well,
what's that?
And do it at Eastern Front.
He can't hear you.
He's saying do it at Eastern Front.
I would love to. I would love to. I just don't know if the ticket would be affordable. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
I will say, to be fair, we've had like 3 or 4 players walk into the shop and ask that question. They're like, are they going to do this for Eastern Front? And I go, I don't know, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But it's only like 3 or 4, but 3 or 4 people have asked.
See if we can make it happen. That would be a lot of fun. We ordered, I was wrong about our initial count. I think we ordered 2,500 mags. And so we have a fair amount left, and we're still working on what we're going to do with them. Ant picked up just some just to get them out there. And I think the more games we have, once we get a few of these under our belt, a lot of the players will already have them, so they won't have to worry about buying the bigger ticket price out of the gate. And I think if you have the opportunity to buy them 1, 2, 3, 4 months, let's say prior to the event you want to go to, then the sticker shock is not as bad. So, I think that's something that, we can look at. I mean, somebody goes, why don't you just flip the switch now and make every single AMS game like this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yes.
Believe me, I want to.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay,
Yes.
I love the feedback. Let's see how we can make it happen.
But you're going to get pushback from people just because of AKs and G36s and all of the other random guns that people want to use that don't use M4 mags. You're going to get pushback because of that.
Yeah, I think so. I really do. And, I talked to Andrew about it. He's like, look, let's talk about your next platform that you want to cater to. And he's like, if you want it to be an AK, and if this goes well, I mean, of course, this was 3 or 4 months ago. He goes, this goes well and it comes out right. The product's what you want. He's like, we can look into something with smaller, mins. And so I was like, okay, let's talk about it.
I would do AK next.
There's definitely a possibility,
Well, you can even do as opposed to you AMS carrying the stock load of all the smaller dumb mags, the MP5s and all this shit. Maybe PTS just has a separate tab on their website where it's like AMS approved mags. They're all kind of like made to order, right? So now you're not bearing the cost of storing and inventorying, 3,500 fucking MPX mags or whatever. Just for the smaller stuff, just for like the one-off stuff,
And some people also might just want 60 round mags.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the issue there is going to be production time.
I can make this, offered to multiple platforms right out of the gate. That would be awesome. And I'm anxious to get back, kind of unwind this weekend and this week and kind of figure out what we're doing moving forward, because there's a lot of things that we want to look at. And, we got to start putting a lot of attention on some other possible AOs that this might work at. It's just a matter of when and where and how. I certainly don't want to alienate all the players that really like the other direction, but I think AMSX has a pretty good future of, in a perfect world, at least 2 to 3 a year. That would be a good goal here for the next year or so.
I know there's really good AO in New York, right around New Windsor.
No, no, I think you're going to see the demand for the X. I'll call them the X games.
Yeah.
I think
You might get a cease and desist for that one.
TM. I think you're going to see a higher demand for the X Games than you will. I think eventually you're going to see a flip. You're going to see you're going to see a flip where every game's an X game, and then 3 or 4 games a year are like unrestricted or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think once the word kind of gets out, if I could just bottle up all the positive feedback I've gotten the last couple of days and just literally explode that on the internet, I think once that word gets out, people will be more apt to look into it and want to do it. It's just, I don't like these high price games, and it just scares me when I start talking 285, 300. That's very expensive.
Bo.
And I don't want to do that. But it's something that down the road, if with the right AO, with the right game plan, I think it would work.
Bo, why is a Lamborghini expensive?
I hear you, but not everybody can buy one.
Because it's
That's
nicer.
the problem.
Because it's nicer. And I have said this in the past before. I would pay $500 for, I think I was telling you this. I would pay $500 for a low head count at Guardian. You know what I mean? Because I know it's going to be a better experience. And 300. With inflation and all that stuff, dude. Every event producer is going to be breaching that $300 mark soon anyway. So don't be afraid to charge more money. It's a better product. It is actually a better product.
Yeah, I think so. I appreciate that. I think so too. And I think if we can do it, we will try. And it's me going back to these facilities and working with them. And, there's always the good possibility of figuring out how to maybe pull sections, to kind of baby step into it. But we got a lot on our plate here the next couple of weeks to figure out where this is going. And I'm really excited about what it is, what it's doing. And honestly, it met our goal, from the standpoint of how well it did, the feedback, the gameplay, everything. My expectations are met, and I'm way more excited than I thought I'd be. And it was, to me, in my mind, it was a complete success. And the players telling us that all weekend, it was unbelievable to hear, and it just made our weekend. And it just, we owe them, they came and did it and had a good time, and that's what it's all about. So I'm super excited.
Well, from us, Bo, at the Zulu tribe, I just want to say thank you. That game was absolutely phenomenal, and it's been a long time since I've gone to a game and been 100% fully satisfied.
Oh yeah,
with everything. And
that's insane.
Like, I have a top 5 list, and this game is number 2. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like it was that good. And but I don't want to take up too much more of your time, man. So we're gonna let you go.
Okay.
Again, thank you so much for a great weekend. I know we Irish goodbyed you there for a little bit, but I apologize for that.
Oh man, you got it. You guys making the trip means more to us than you know. I mean, it's a big deal to take time out of your life and away from family and work and all that. And you guys coming down and support us, dude. It's just we're extremely grateful. So thanks for calling me to get on the podcast tonight. I love doing it, and I love the show, and it means a lot, guys. Thank y'all so much for having the time to come down here and do it. And we're definitely looking forward to Eastern Front.
All right, brother.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Talk to y'all soon.
Good night, bro.
Okay.
see you, Bo.
Love you.
Later.
He didn't say love you back.
I know.
You imagine if he just out of
Habit.
when your wife says he's
love
just
you.
like, love you back. You're like, and then you hang up immediately. He's like, no. Oh, it's done. It's already done.
Then Anthony will really go on his egotistical rant of "I'm famous."
Yeah.
I like to think he was about to say it like, look.
Hold up.
I hung up.
Yeah. A single tear.
It'd be fine.
Oh.
Man.
No, that was good. No,
Anthony putting Bo on the spot there.
right?
No, I was gonna get him here. I was physically gonna get him here. He was they just finished wrapping up. He didn't think he'd be able to swing
also,
it.
for context, it's 9:48 at night. They just finished.
Yeah.
Oh, I imagine the cleanup there is murderous.
So I was like, why don't I just call you? And he's like, yeah, do that. No, guys, yeah.
Cool.
I will say, somebody asked me, I forget who it was in our group. They saw the smoke grenade stains on the concrete, and they're like, do you think they have to power wash those?
Some were purple.
Some were purple.
I felt bad.
Yeah, but I also noticed, I'm like, I don't think they're going to have to, because there were smoke grenade stains in some of the stairwells in the buildings.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they just do general cleaning and
Yeah, sweep out the buildings, pick up the pyro.
Throw out the Glocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pocket the Glocks.
Yeah,
That's-
pocket Glocks.
File off the serial number and then pocket it.
That Glock is special to me because it's the limited edition law enforcement Spartan version of it. It's the 19 with the 17 internal, so it doesn't blow up immediately when you run CO2. It still blows up when you put CO2 in it, but it doesn't do it immediately.
Here, I'm going to let you in
can have
on
mine, yeah.
some inside information. I had an Elite Force Glock 19. It ran for like 6 to 8 months on CO2 without me blowing up to blow back housing.
Buddy of mine ran CO2 in his Glock 19 and didn't have any problems at all. I love that gun.
I'm an AG tech.
I stippled it.
Anyway, I think we're good now.
Dave, do you know what time it is? Is it Normie?
You know what? I got one.
It's been a while.
I got one. It's fantastic.
Oh, I already know where you're going. Go ahead.
Do you? What do you think?
Go ahead.
Is it Normie to pretend like you are walking off the AO at AMS, pulling your cart full of your shit, and then knife kill some random unsuspecting green team players because you're just like, oh, I'm actually alive. Well, actually, you didn't realize.
Yes, 100% yes. That's a dead man walk. You had your shit in your cart. You were, and like by this point in the game, like it was like less than 15 or 30 minutes left in the game. Like people were actively leaving.
Yeah.
And
Well, to be fair, Tan was actively leaving all day, but
yeah,
It goes to show that you don't have to be young or new or civilian to be in fucking Normie.
oh
yeah.
God.
Is it also Normie to take the like Mojave or special edition Jeep decals off of your Jeep and then put Moto Speech stuff on there instead?
Dude, I was so saddened. I'm not gonna say why I was saddened, but I was saddened.
He was one of your people.
Yeah, I was so saddened. That was the lamest shit I've ever fucking seen. And
Dylan's over here eating popcorn.
and he was so happy. He was just like, "Oh, I got you." It was almost like he thought he snuck through the shadows, and we were like eating dinner, like in Sicario, like when at the very last scene of Sicario, when he like sits down, and, like shoots the kids and everything in front. Like he thought he was doing that, but in actuality, all he was doing was just walking with other dead people who looked like they were leaving the game.
While we were kind of half in, half out of the game, we were just standing around. We were throwing frags at each other.
I literally just
We were
fragged
done
it.
at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it was just,
And then he just walks up and like, touches me or whatever. And he's like, "Ha, knife kill." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "You're. Why are you proud of yourself right now?" Like, oh man, like you're dragging your cart full of your gear. You're clearly leaving. He's like, "Oh, I didn't have my dead rag on." I was like, "You're right. You're the right one."
yeah.
I was like,
You're not dead if you don't have, you're not out of the game if you don't have your dead rag on.
"Yeah, right." So I was just like,
See, this
wow.
is why you need
Well,
15 dead rags.
Yeah, but then after
I'm
that,
going to use that logic for everything.
dude.
Oh, no, there's no dead rag. There's no dead rag on.
Yeah.
Oh, my fuck.
Hey, man, I tell players that all the time. They're like, is he dead? Does he have a dead rag? No. Might not be dead.
Right. And then he because we went and talked with another group of tan, and we were like, nobody would be sad if you took your dead rags off and went in that building.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was trying to convince them to just go in this building, take their red rags off, and by the magic of Milsom, be back alive.
And then I took it too far. I was like, we will join you. We'll get a group of some tans and then us, and we'll just kill everybody else because
Yeah.
I want to fight in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while we were doing that, the kid was
we
like,
should have done that.
The kid was like, the kid in the group was just like, "Oh, there's that, what's his name again with his cart? Look, he's going to knife kill these guys." So after knife killing us, he dragged his stupid cart over to another group of fucking green who were actively in the game, who were actively like,
Yeah.
and like knife killed a couple of them.
What if he was just pickpocketing people?
Like,
And he was doing the knife kill sensation so that they don't feel their wallet being slid out of their pocket.
I don't know.
I could
but
sit here and go on a high horse of like, it's not in the spirit of the game. No. Let's just call it what it is. It's cringe.
it was the least honorable
cringe.
thing I've ever
And-
seen.
like if he did it by shooting us, like if he shot us while pulling a wagon out, it would not be kosher.
No.
No.
So the knife
No, not at all.
kill being, it doesn't make it better. I mean,
You're
it's
not-
better than getting shot, but like it's the physical contact and the close proximity of like, who invited you in my bubble right now?
No, it's not
You're
even
you're no longer in the social contract of the game because you're leaving.
Yeah.
No. Well, yes, but
So get out of my bubble. Like who are you?
The whole physical contact part, like AMS does allow knife kills. It is within the spirit of the game to knife kill someone. And I'm going to get on the high horse for a second. But doing the dead man walk where like, I don't know why, but it's something at AMS. A lot of people on both sides have these carts. They must buy them at Buc-ee's because I've seen them at Buc-ee's. And they just wheel all their stuff out to the fob instead of bringing a backpack or a ruck. Like, that's fine. You can do that. That's your thing. But that also kind of sets this expectation of if you see someone walking with a cart,
You don't shoot them.
You don't lace the fuck out of
because
them.
they're either going to the fob or going to the parking lot from the fob. So if I see you walking with one, it's just like, oh, whatever, man. Like, I'm going to give you the expectation of you're probably dead. You're ready to quit. You're going home. Go back to the parking lot, pack your shit up, and go home. If you then proceed to break that character and just knife kill someone, I'm sorry, that's lame.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm saddened that he was a Marine.
Yeah.
If I would have known,
He had crayon eater on the side of his Jeep.
he's a pogue. No infantryman in his right mind would put that on the side of his fucking car. None.
Dave, what's your favorite color
Ugh,
or flavor? I'm sorry, is there a difference?
I don't know. It's after my time. Like,
64 pack, 28 pack. Like what's your?
256. We played.
How extravagant do you
on
get?
the TV.
Yeah. We watched the documentary on the strip. We watched John Cena's The Marine.
so this guy loves that movie. This guy gets in his uniform to watch that movie.
His dress blues.
You had flashbacks, dude. You were crying while watching it. It brought you back. Like, remember when you were in the Marine Corps when you used to choke slam people through tables and then pin them for the 3 count?
Anthony,
the
remember
worst.
when you used to smile?
It's the worst movie I've ever seen. But like, if I would have known in that moment that he was an actual Marine,
Maybe he wasn't.
well, he's doing a good job, I guess, with all the craniator shit. I would have berated him. I would have like undressed him right there. Like, where the fuck is your honor? Like, are you serious? Like, I would have
Oh my
flipped
God, I
my
didn't even
shit.
make that connection.
And he had no idea he knife killed a famous person from Casey's Pizza.
And he knife killed
he
the
killed-
owner
he-
of Zulu 24, who is a celebrity on the Zulu 24 podcast.
No,
Baby.
Yeah, but he's not. Come on. I was like, come on. What's bigger, Zulu 24 or Casey's?
I got recognized at Home Depot.
Okay, but you weren't recognized by Fat
And you,
Electrician.
and you got recognized
So-
at AMS.
so look-
just saying.
That's right.
Yeah. Multiple people were like, oh my God, it's the podcast. They didn't know the name, but they knew it was the podcast.
That's all right.
Fat Electrician and Casey's. There's a line there connecting me to it.
Is this like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
One of the questions they asked me, what's 3 words you would tell your friends to tell them to go to Casey's? I said breakfast, sandwich, pizza. They fucking loved it.
It fucked.
Yeah. That pizza fucks.
Lick my ass. Because this place fucks.
That's 6 words. No, sorry, 7.
Wear a condom. Because this place fucks. No, I don't know.
I could have been really New York about it. Dead ass, yo.
We're getting unhinged.
Yeah.
Is dead ass 1 word or 2 words?
Nobody knows.
It's got a hyphen in it.
I think it's 1 word. Dead ass.
It's provocative and
People love it.
Dead ass pizza, yo. Pizza.
All right. We got a flight to catch in the morning. We're going to wrap this one up.
And there's more beers to drink.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for listening to this ridiculous audio because we're in a garage right now.
I'm a little excited. I think it's going to be okay.
I think we're going to be fine with that. Good night. God bless. We're out.
Breakfast pizza. Dead ass.
Also, download the app. Aries is still great.